Alrighty. Get this show on the road. I awoke to find myself in a forest. A moment later, I saw what looked like Miss Fay being chased by a strange robed group. I was able to go to Miss Fay's aid just in the nick of time. Could this strange forest also be part of Labyrinthia? We seem to have lost our pursuers for the moment. We must not squander this chance. Let us make haste, Miss Fay. But first, hint coins. Oh, it's not hint coin. So yeah, about that Nintendo Direct yesterday. I was going to title my stream today something. I was like, what the heck? Something along the lines of, like 2 Layton revivals in one day. That's crazy. Because, Layton's back in this game. But he's also back, as like a game franchise. And that's crazy. But, I would have kind of boiled things, and I like to be a little bit more vague than that. Much of the area looks the same. It would be easy to get lost, so stay close, Miss Fay. Wait, I recognize that tree. Weren't we just here? Or was it that tree? Stupid identical trees. Alright, confirm no hidden puzzles. I do feel like this microphone is not in the right spot to not bother me. We should be safe here, Miss Fay. Are you hurt? Nope, I'm right as rain. Thank you for saving me back there. You look like you're back to normal, Professor. Not as shiny and way more talkative. What do you mean by back to normal? You were turned into gold, Professor. Someone cast a magic spell on you. Magic spell on me, you say? Let me refresh your memory. You remember the witch that appeared when we were in Mr. Belduke's house, don't you? Indeed. So you're saying that that was when a magic spell was cast on me. That's right. You were super golden and super shiny. Super shiny and golden. Most fascinating. Do you not remember any of that? Sadly, I do not. To tell you the truth, I have no recollection of what happened to me then. Seems I lost consciousness immediately after the witch appeared. And when I regained consciousness, I was already in this forest. Huh. So then, do you think maybe they carried you here after the trial? After the trial? Then that must mean... Yep, you were the unfortunate victim of witchcraft in that trial, Professor. How extraordinary. Miss Fay, could you bring me up to date on everything that happened after my disappearance? What about Luke and Mr. Wright? Are they okay? I recall Luke and I heading to Sir Belduke's house. We thought you and Mr. Wright were in danger. Yeah, I think they're alright. So much has happened. Where do I even start? Fade to black, thank you. Did I hear you correctly? You said that one of my arms broke off. Yep, the right arm, Snappo. And so, Miss Fay, you were charged with using magic. Yep, that's right. And then Luke cried his little eyes out, and then the parrot on Luke's head testified its little beak off. It must have been quite the sight, but I must say the situation has certainly piqued my interest. You see, my apologies, Miss Fay. Had I had the strength at the time, I could have been more help. No way, Professor. You saved me just a moment ago. And quite the close call it was. By the way, Miss Fey, why are you in this forest? That is a very good question. Nick managed to prove my innocence, but I still ended up being thrown into the fire. We were found innocent, yet still sent in to the fire. Well, anyways, so much weird stuff has happened since then. I thought we caught him up to speed here. It would seem so, yes. But it's strange. There must have been more to that cage I was trapped in, like a trick or something. A trick? Yeah, the cage dropped down through the chamber and then came to a stop just above the wagon. That wagon was how I ended up here. It would seem there was more to that fire chamber than I originally thought. Then when I saw those things, I tried to get away. But as you saw back there, they found me. I thought I was a goner. And that is when I appeared, is that correct? Yep, that's right. Is something the matter, Miss Fey? It's Nick. He must be worried sick. Ooh, going with the bars. I was thrown into the fire right before his eyes. Yes, I'm also concerned about Luke. However, I feel Luke and Mr. Wright are certain to sense something is amiss and solve this mystery. We're sure to all meet up again soon. Yeah, you're right, Professor. For the time being, let's investigate this place as much as possible. Investigate? Indeed, this forest appears to be full of secrets. First, I was turned into gold and awoke to find myself here. And then, you, Miss Fey, were transported here from the courtroom under the illusion of having been put to the fire. Perhaps this forest. Uh-oh. How did they manage to find us so fast? Oh, you kind of sat here and just started talking. What should we do, Professor? It appears they were lying in ambush. I'm afraid an altercation here is unavoidable. These guys look like they've been hitting the gym. They're a lot bigger than the others. Indeed, leave this to me. Now please, step back, Miss Fey. Knock him into next week, Professor. Now, just what is all the commotion? You were given a task to carry out, were you not? But what exactly do you think you're doing? Answer me. Forgive us, O Great Witch. What? That's the witch from last time. What's she doing here? Now, isn't this a strange sight? Two visitors from the witch trials, a victim and an accused. Strange indeed. Come again? It was your fault we were a part of those trials in the first place, you witch. My, this one has some fight in her. Relax, I do not plan to harm you two. This marks the third time we have now met. Tell me, what exactly are you planning? What, Professor? You two have met 3 times? Yes, I first met her in London, prior to arriving in Labyrinthia, of course. That's right. Now enough. Stand down. These two are considered guests. You are not to lay a finger on them, is that clear? Make sure the rest of the Shades get that message. Shades? Are they those creepy people in those weird robes? Yes, mistress, as you command, O Great Witch. Yeah, the Great Witch just happens to be walking around randomly in the forest. You know, it's fine. Great Witch. There's no need to be alarmed. You may relax. I'm afraid I cannot oblige. Not as long as you are here. Tell me, what are you? You know, from what I hear, you're a big fan of solving puzzles and mysteries, are you not? Then by all means, go ahead. You are free to investigate the Eldwitch Woods to your heart's content. The Eldwitch Woods. The answers to your questions are here. You're free to seek them. Then you do not plan on having us captured. You'll have to excuse the Shades' earlier behavior, they can be a bit overzealous at times. They were simply doing what was requested of them. Their task, as they call it, anyone lost in these woods is to be made a member of the Shade family, as it were. Member of the Shades? What does that mean? Like I said, you should seek out the answers for yourselves. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have another engagement with a visitor of mine. Visitor? Until next time, Professor Herschel Layton. Sucker. She disappeared. So, Professor, the Great Witch they mentioned. You must be referring to her, right? She has to be Bazella. You could have asked her that. Instead of just saying, the Great Witch? What? You're leaving us alone? The Great Witch Bazella. If that woman were her, then that would make Eldwitch Woods the home of all witches. It just keeps getting curiouser and curiouser. So then that means the Shades, or whatever, are witches? That is what we must find out. I believe there may be a very important clue or two hidden within this forest. Must be some reason why this forest has been kept a secret from the citizens of Labyrinthia. I also must wonder why this Great Witch is simply allowing us to do as we wish. It is slightly concerning. Well, there's no point in looking a gift horse in the mouth. I say we take her offer and check this place out. That way, we'll rack up a ton of clues, and the time we reunite, and by the time we reunite with Nick. And since we'll be working together, I'll act as your temporary Luke. Right you are, Professor. Well done. Thank you very much, Miss Fay. Now then, let us begin our investigation. Yes, sir. Let's go, Professor. Yeah. Going with the Professor. In the Isser. With the Wizard. And the Lizard. Punch him in the Kisser. Alright, that's 3 hint coins. Hidden puzzle time. Where you at? Not there. Check out the branches on that tree. It kind of reminds me of a stadium dome. Minus the stadium. Also minus the dome. In reality, this tree is really 2 trees grown together. Its twisted structure is simply fascinating. That's pretty cool. Four hint coins? Is that correct? Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Is that 4? Yeah, Professor, I was thinking. You said you woke up in the forest, right? The Shades were on me the minute I set foot here. They never went after you. Why is that? That is true. I seem to recall waking up inside a cell of sorts. Did you just say a cell? How did you manage to escape? Fortunately, it was not a cell of the metallic variety, Miss Fay. Take a look over there. Do you see that entrance covered in vines? Oh, I get it. So you must have hack and slashed your way to freedom. Well, I wouldn't say I hacked or slashed anything as such. All it took was a single cut to unravel my way to freedom. Allow me to demonstrate. That's just vine, you suckafoos. A number of intricately woven vines have formed a fence blocking the professor's path. Simply cutting just one of the vines should unravel the entire fence and clear a path. Which vine should be cut? Okay. See if we can figure it out. is actually a lot to look at. Okay, I see C3 that it is not. I don't even know what's going on over here. Like, this... What is going on over here? That's what I want to know. I guess this loops up here? Is how you're supposed to interpret that? Not actually entirely sure on this one. I'm trying to, like, look at things from an unwinding kind of angle. Like this one, for example. If I were to cut that one... Go to the memo here. If I were to cut that one... this vine would I guess, like, move out over here, but, you know, like, does that do it? I don't think that does it. Because it shouldn't change anything in the middle. It'll still get stuck here, and it'll still get stuck here. Is how I'm thinking about that. So if I were to cut this one, this vine would be free to move in this direction. But that doesn't do anything. Now this vine, this one I didn't notice before, but looks like it wraps up like so. Probably pay attention to that. And that one seems to be the one. I could be very wrong, and I'm not good at visualizing things like this, but I'm gonna try this.
Let's see if
It wouldn't surprise me if I'm wrong. Nope, I'm right.
Ah, the joy of solving puzzles.
Divine work. Cutting that vine made an opening big enough to walk through. Now then, shall we press on? What did you cut it with, Professor Layton? That's the real important question here. Oh, you sure showed that vine who's boss, Professor. Single precise cut is far more efficient than swinging around haphazardly. After I freed myself, I began to investigate the forest. Not long after that, I heard someone cry out. Yeah, you mean me. Right you are, Miss Fay. I'm glad you were okay. And okay I was, good sir. So I guess you're still in the middle of that forest investigation, huh? It seems so. Shall we press on, then? Yeah, it's on now. I'm gonna cut these puzzles down to size with the power of my mind. Excuse me, I wanted to ask you a question real quick. What exactly do you do in this forest? We live to serve the mistress and carry out her orders, our tasks. The mistress speaks, we obey. Tasks? Is that like your job? Yes, my task is to assist all newly initiated shades. Assist newly initiated shades. Must have something to do with what the Great Witch said earlier. Anyone lost in these woods is to be made a member of the Shade family. Although, my task is made much more difficult when they run away. Why do they always run away? But, we will not chase after you again. It is the mistress's orders. I see. So, you will do everything the Great Witch commands. Hey, I bet you guys are always fighting over the good tasks, huh? Who'd want to get stuck doing the Great Witch's laundry? Seriously, though. You guys, were really close to turning me into a shade earlier. I'm seriously glad the professor came along when he did. Yeah, it's almost like... it came out of nowhere, with no explanation. Oh, there were 4. How evil. There are 5 here? Oh my goodness.
Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble.
Do you think this is where the Shades live? It looks kinda like a village. It would appear so. They seem to lead a very simple lifestyle. But they look so magical and fantastical. I figured they'd live somewhere way more, well, magical and fantastical. Now that you mention it, they don't appear capable of using magic, do they? I guess if they did, they'd only end up back at the witch trials. Remember, that may be the law within Labyrinthia, but the Great Witch rules this forest. It is doubtful that such a law would exist here. And that's true. You think we should tell them to just let loose? I bet they have some really flashy spells. Let's focus our efforts on looking around this village first. There appears to be a path leading out to the other side, too. $5 hint coins. Ooh. 3. Oh. Oh. There's my 5. So how's the task going? Working hard? Huh? Oh, task? Well, duh, of course we are. Speaking of which, what's your task? My task is to prepare food for everyone. I'm actually trying to come up with the menu for today. Wouldn't exactly call my cooking appetizing or edible, but I must do what our mistress commands. Mind us not to stop by for dinner. Did you say something? Me? Nope, not a thing. Hey, good luck. Try not to blow up the kitchen. All I can do is carry out my tasks the best I can and hope that one day I may be allowed to return to the town. Return? What do you mean? I'm not too sure myself. It is something I was told when I arrived. The Great Witch keeps a record of all the tasks we successfully complete. Then, when our accomplishments outnumber our failures, she will consider returning us to the town. That is what I believe, and that is why I continue to toil away at my tasks. So, does this mean these guys aren't witches? From the sound of his voice, it would seem this particular shade is male. However, according to what you told me earlier, all witches here are female. Well then, who exactly are these shades? Say, who are you? Aye, how very direct. A shade is a shade, nothing more, nothing less. Yeah, that wasn't really helpful. Perhaps you can tell us what your particular task is. That I cannot tell you. Most shades' tasks are closely guarded secrets. That person told me he cooks. The other person told me they train shades. No. They mastered well-making technology. Compared to the houses found in Labyrinthia, the shades' dwellings appear much more primitive. Primitivissimo. Y'all could have given me a hidden puzzle there. Just saying. Y'all could have given me one. Alright. 5 hint coins. Going up to 120. Okay. It's easier than I thought. Fascinating. I would like nothing more than to examine that shrine, but I'm afraid we must hurry on. Aren't you an archaeologist? You should be, like, overcome with fanatical rage. You know, you must investigate. I'm terrible at my task. The worst. I'm even more terrible at following orders. One small misstep and it'll be my fault. We have a serious situation on our hands. I feel sick just thinking about it. Serious situation? What kind of task do you have exactly? I can't say. The only thing I can say is that I'm terrible at it. Why are you so nervous anyway? It's because she's watching. Always watching. She sits up there in her mansion and just keeps on watching. Mansion? You mean the Great Witch lives nearby? On the other side of the river. It's quite far, but she can see our every move. So it's across the river then. Professor, we're sure to run into her again there. It's where she lives after all. The best course of action may be to try and make our way there. There are still many questions to be answered. Yeah, then we'll finally see if she's the real deal or not, right, Professor? That's right, Miss Fay. Let us make our way across the river. You sucker fool. Just to double check. I know I got 5, but, you know, something could appear afterwards. You never know. Yeah, this looks nice. Oh, check out the beautiful scenery, Professor. This is quite an open space, isn't it? Looking across the river, the Great Witch's mansion is slightly visible. Yeah, you can just about make out the roof from here. Hey, do you think the wall behind it could be Labyrinthia's outer wall? That's quite possible, which would mean these Eldritch Woods must be located directly outside Labyrinthia. Huh? But isn't that kind of strange? People in Labyrinthia said that nothing exists outside the town, didn't they? Yes, quite. I too have heard the townsfolk make such assertions. In fact, the very gate we used to enter Labyrinthia disappeared as soon as we had passed it. I believe there must be some kind of trick behind it. Looks like we've quite a lot to discuss with Little Miss Great Witch, don't we? That we do. Let's continue. Or let us continue, Miss Faye. Alright, I don't think there were any hidden puzzles here. I'm pretty sure there are 5 hint coins. Oh, don't exactly remember if there were 5. Only found 3. I guess I wouldn't have known, huh? Okay. Like, I wouldn't have known because it wasn't available for me to see. Oh no, the bridge is out. It's been completely destroyed. All that remains are a few bits of debris and a small boat floating across the shore. Are you two looking for a way to cross the river? Yes, that's right. Is there no other way across? If there's a way across, I sure wish I knew what it was. Sort of having a mini crisis here. Why did I have to get stuck with the task of reporting the daily task progress to the Great Witch? Granted, I get to bask in the presence of the mistress and take in her glorious visage, which is actually pretty amazing. But being unable to cross the river, I can't even carry out my task now, let alone adore her unparalleled beauty. Oh well, you know what they say, you either sink or swim. Hope you brought your bathing suits, or swimming across. I can't swim. We'll have to find another way. Wait a sec, Professor, can you not swim? It's okay, I bet you could flip your hat over and ride it like a boat. It looks like it could float on water real good. Swimming has nothing to do with it. And I do not think using my hat as a boat would be the best idea, Miss Faye. I'll go across and fetch that small boat. I should be able to jump across rather easily using the bits of debris on the water. Then I'll be able to use the boat to create a path all the way across. Rest assured, Miss Faye, this is my specialty. Hey, it's not a bad idea. You don't miss a beat, do you, Professor? Good luck. Help the professor make a bridge for Maya by knocking the logs into the water. Move next to the logs and touch the hammer icon on the touchscreen to knock them over. Think carefully about which direction and order in which to knock over the logs. Okay. Let's try my first theory first. This may not be the solution, but I'm curious. I guess in order to test that, I would need to test this first. Alright, cannot do that. Let's test something else. Okay. Maybe he's starting from the back is the better plan here. That's just completely incorrect, isn't it? Actually, well, doesn't make any sense. Can I move these logs? No. Hey, Epic Otter. Okay. My original idea seemed to be the right way to go. Guess I have to do that one last. Which means that goes up like so. This goes like that. That goes like that. Presumably that can work. Okay. This isn't a monsters expedition. Where they all have to be facing the same way. And the professor made it safely across. Yes, now I can give my mistress today's report. Thank you so much. I don't know how to repay you. There's no trouble. A broken bridge would be inconvenient to everyone after all. By the way, what kind of tasks did the Great Witch give you two? I'm itching to know. What's our task? Well, let's see. Oh, that's it. We're puzzle solvers. Yep, that's right. Puzzle solvers. Ah, of course, that makes sense. Well, you have both performed your task magnificently. Please excuse me, I must report to the mistress. Now I can go back to truly enjoying my task. Farewell. Oh, he's really booking it. Man, we did something really good, huh, Professor? That we did, Miss Fey. Now let us press on with our task. To the witch's abode. Do a safety save here real quick. The best Nintendo Direct ever happened just a number of hours ago. Crazy. The best one, huh? It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Oh, mistress. Has something happened to the Great Witch? I went up to her room, but there was no answer. Oh, mistress, most venerable Great Witch. Maybe she's just not in the mood to talk. Everyone has their days. No, never. She would never do that. The mistress always answers us. Now, I've got to say, I'm surprised. It sounds like she's really faithful to you guys. Maybe she just stepped out. If she stepped out, we would know. Oh, what could have happened to you, mistress? That reminds me. She mentioned there was a visitor waiting for her, or words to that effect. Then that visitor must still be waiting around for her, right? No, they are both inside the room. Ah, I've got it. Zvari. The supposed visitor is really some shady ex-knight looking for revenge. Miss Faye, please refrain from putting any terrible scenarios into his head. Regardless, we must continue inside. It seems something rather serious is afoot. I believe I saw 3. Yes, 3 hint coins. Would love to see the older Layton games come to the Switch in a collection of some sort, seeing as how I knew one is on the way. Alright, you calm down there, Epic Otter. Now you're asking for too much there. They don't even know. You gotta wait for this Layton game to sell first. It sells well, and maybe we can get back on track. Alright, let's save again. We'll go ahead and do a mark here and catch up on chat first. No Nintendo Direct will match the hype of the Muppet Direct, but it was definitely top 10. I don't remember the Muppet Direct. Also, Avaris Clary, when you showed up for the Ephemeral Fantasia playthrough that I did, after I had beaten that game, I went over to watch another streamer that I watch play the game, but they played it in like 2017 or 2018. They played it some years ago, and he goes by the name of Crayson. And when I was watching it, I saw your name in the chat, and I was like, oh my goodness. Got some real dedication to Ephemeral Fantasia. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. It's like me with the Legend of Dragoon. You know, I'll be stopping by. That's where I find like all the streamers, man. Legend of Dragoon. You streaming Legend of Dragoon, you already got on my good side.